Oh, hi there. It's January 1st, 2025. Happy New Year. And I thought I would just have a short stream today. Just light, maybe some chat, maybe some talk, just some greetings. Continue with storming the Mino Castle. and go from there. Last time we started and went through the first 10 problems in the book, and I don't know how many we'll get through today. I was pretty slow last time, so maybe we'll get through 5, maybe we'll get through 1, maybe we'll get through 10. Right now, at the moment, I only have transcribed the first 20 problems into my private study on Lee Shogi. So we'll see how far we go. There's always things to talk about in the shogi world. There are always things to talk about in in shogi tangential world, aka sort of chess. Yesterday we discussed how chess content creators are sort of blessed by the fact that they have at least another month worth of drama to talk about. And then after that stream, the drama just compounded. It just got even more drama. So they have a lot of stuff to talk about. That doesn't mean we can't talk about it too. Many of us play chess. I do want to thank a follower from 2 days ago. So this was the last follower of 2024, which somehow I missed. It must have come off stream, but Friduri. Apologies if that's a mispronunciation. Thank you for that follow. If you're lurking or viewing on YouTube, welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoy shogi and Happy New Year to you. I've got my water. I'm ready to go. Here on Lee Shogi, I did want to check to see if I'm getting picked up in the streamer list, and I am. So that didn't happen yesterday. They had some sort of outage yesterday, or the day before, I think it was. So that wasn't working. But anyway, here we are. And, that's it. Hope everyone had a great New Year's Eve. Hope everyone is back safe and, had a good time and is ready for a 2025 that's going to be packed with shogi and shogi improvement and shogi discussion. I think it's going to be a great year for shogi in the West, if not the world. And I am looking forward to it. One thing I've got to do a better job of in 2025, though, is beating Furibisha players. So why not? That played into this decision. Why not storm the Mino Castle? The most common castle that Furibisha players use. Let's storm it. Let's beat it. Let's just figure this thing out together and get a bunch of wins. Also, I like these streams because it lets us chat. It lets us talk. So while while we wait for some people, I'm going to think about this one. So the usual attack, it seems to be, is 6-2 silver. In this case. If the opponent drops a silver, I just take because he can't take back. Otherwise, I get two generals for one. This pawn is, or this missing pawn here is sort of interesting. There's also this idea, because we now have a bishop. Hey, Instant Miso, Happy New Year. Yep, having a great start so far. Last night was fun. I did manage to make it up to midnight. And, my family, we stayed up until midnight. And it's 10:18 right now, 10:18 a.m. my time. So, I got a little longer sleep than usual, but a little tired. We did our usual... our usual tradition, which has been going on for like 20 years, where we have sushi and we then have some cheese and crackers. We get there's some every year we get the same basics of the cheese and the cracker types, but we experiment with at least one cheese that we've never had before, and it's usually not so great, but it's different. The cheese that we tried this year's one that we tried was not so great. It was, I don't even know, it was just it was a cheese with like cranberries and stuff in it. So the things we usually get, we get an English cheddar, we get an Emmentaler Swiss, we get a Gruyere. Those are like the three standbys that we always have. We always have a brie, and then we add something else. And then the chips, the chips change. Hey, Pewpow 1316, Happy New Year to you. And yeah, so that's it. And then this year, as I've mentioned, we used to watch Hikaru no Go from the beginning to the end, not in one sitting, but throughout the month of January. And that sort of has stopped as the kids got older. But what we did this year, which I like, is we watch what was a Hikaru no Go New Year's special. It was the last episode. It's a longer episode. It's the Hokuto Cup. It's the placement. It's the episode where there is the proposed 3-member under 18 Go team. Tuya Ikera is already qualified, and then Hikaru and Waya and Ochi and Honda and then a new character, Yashiro, have to play. So that was good. It was longer than a single episode. So it was nice that we eat, and then we watch this thing, and it was a New Year's special. So it was good. It was good. And today, after the stream, I will start. This is a relatively new tradition for us. Boy, there's a lot of eating on New Year's, but a new one where I do a prime rib. I cook this prime rib, and then hopefully it turns out, and then we eat it. Pewpow, you say, talking about cheese, you tried American cheesecake as dessert for this year's New Year's. A bit sweet, but still very tasty. Oh, awesome. Yeah, it's always, sweetness levels are always, up to the people making the cheesecake. I also prefer things that are a little less sweet, and I've had plenty of cheesecake that is not so sweet. Although maybe, any sweet seems sweet to you. But, yeah, I really like cheesecake. And, but yeah, I do prefer the ones that are just sort of cheesier and richer than sweeter. But I'll eat everything. Yeah. So this talk nicely delays the solving of this problem. I am still liking this the bishop 4/4, because if the opponent does nothing. Like, say the opponent did nothing. It had some other thing going on the other side of the board. I drop the silver. King runs. Go back. I think if we just drop the silver immediately, I think the king can just take. And then if we bring the silver up, just drop a silver. Yeah, so I don't think that's so good. But if we do bring the silver up, and they drop a silver, or if we bring the bishop up, and they drop the silver, do we just take? Gold takes, silver drop, king runs, take the gold, and this castle is going to be in shambles. They get a silver. They get a bishop. They get a bishop, but we have the huge attack. And we'll have a gold so that if he runs out here, I'll have a gold drop on head. I think that's my final answer. I think I'm just going to apply pressure. I don't think I'm going to just immediately drop the silver, because you drop the silver, the gold takes, and I don't really have anything. I can't take anything. I can't take it back immediately. If I bring the bishop up to hit the gold, he just drops another silver back here. Or on 6-1. And then if the bishop takes, the silver takes, and the silvers are now defending all these squares. So that's my final answer. My final answer is 4-4. 4-4 bishop. Let's see. Bishop 4-4. All right. First storming the Mino Castle problem of 2025, and it's correct. The diagonal eyeing 7-1. Here the solution is to bring the bishop out to 4-4, placing it on the diagonal, eyeing 7-1. In the solution diagram, if silver 7-1, silver drops 7-1, silver drops 5-2, gold 6-2, dragon takes 7-1, king takes, bishop drops 7-1. So let's do this. Here is what they're suggesting. Silver drops 7-1. Oh, interesting. 5-1. Or 5-2. Oh, I like this. So I didn't consider this. I got the answer, but I would not have, I didn't consider this. So 5-2. Huh. Gold 6-2. Wow. Dragon takes 7-1. King takes. Silver drop 5-1 is a severe attack. Wow. It had better be to give up that dragon. To give up that dragon and not get anything but a silver. Woo. Wow. I guess we are also getting this gold. We'll also be breaking the castle. So what is he going to do? So if the king runs, I think we take and promote. Or do we not promote? Because this silver is going to be wasted. That's interesting. If we take here, so if the king runs, we take here. It's not so much a threat to take this silver now because we'll give up our bishop. It just feels slow, and we have all these chunky pieces over here. So now I think we have to take with the silver. Yeah. Tough. Wow. So the opponent, the book also says Dragon 5-1 is also good. What? Oh no, instead of bishop, or instead of dragon takes 7-1, rook 5, dragon 5-1 is also good. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I definitely like that. Hey, Goshujin, good to see you. Let's get stronger this coming year. Let's do it. Let's do it. Happy New Year. This is the first step. Like I said, struggle against Furuibisha, and I've got this. I'm ready to go with storming the Mino Castle. So here, this is the plan. All right, all right. A tough one. A tough one. This book is tough. I think it's tough, and we're only in storming the half Mino Castle, and we're only in chapter 12. So here is problem 12 now. Let me make sure that I have the problem all set. The problem is correct. Pawn in hand for Gote. Sente has a silver. That team match is over. It is over. Team Furuibisha won. And I think all of us on Team Ibisha should be ashamed of ourselves. Myself especially, because my Danku was not very good. And so all of us on Team Ibisha, we need to do a better job with storming the Mino Castle. That's the first step for 2025 to make sure this never happens again. We had last night Team Ibisha, we had a secret, I really shouldn't be talking about this, but we had a secret society meeting, to ring in the new year. We had a secret. It was just Zoom. It was nothing. It was nothing. It was nothing in person. We just had a big Zoom call. Team Ibisha, and we decided, how can we make sure that this never happens again? And here's the key: storming the Mino Castle. We will not. 2025. We will not have this happen again. Furuibisha is not going to beat us. Also, he wasn't on this call, but we decided that Watanabe must play next year. Anyone whose face is in the promotional material for Team Ibisha must play. So Habu, Fuji, Watanabe, they have to play. You can't just have your face out there. The free rides are over. The free publicity, it's over. Now, in 2025, we're bringing Shogi to the people. Everyone had a goblet of red wine in their hands. Yes. A goblet of red wine and cigars. Just you really couldn't see anyone on this secret society Zoom meeting because the smoke of cigars and red wine and brandy. I don't know. What do evil secret society people drink? Because it wasn't champagne. Because we were not celebrating 2024 because we lost to Team Furuibisha. All right, so I've got this. I'm going to put the book down because it's hurting my thumb to hold it open like this. My inclination is simply bringing this token over. If the token comes over and the gold slides over, just keep moving it because then we drop the silver on 7-1. Gosh, I need to do a better job drawing arrows in 2025. Oops. Delete this. This is always a danger. I almost wish there was just a better way to clear arrows. Maybe clicking here should right here. Maybe this should clear arrows. It's always a battle to clear these freaking arrows, and as much as I love them, it has lost me a game or two that I can recall on stream where I'm just trying to clear the arrows. So it's like I know that this doesn't work, so I got to click on the board. And oops, I had a piece selected, and oops, it dropped it there. that kind of thing. So anyway, token over. If the gold takes, I still just check. Runs over, promote, and this king is not long for this world because all he has are pawns. If the opponent drops a pawn on 5-1, I think again still just take the gold. Silver takes, and then take the pawn, hitting the silver, and all he has is a pawn. So that almost feels. I'm just trying to clear this arrow. Clicking that won't clear it. Interesting. What if I hit escape? No, escape does not. All right, well, this doesn't do it. All right, so I got to click on an empty spot, make sure I don't have a piece in hand. Oh, actually, can I click one of their pieces? What if I click their king? Okay, this is now my new technique for clearing arrows on Lee Shogi. Click the king, the opponent's king, because now, let's say I have a piece selected. You if you could capture the king, you'd win the game. So this is the one piece you simply cannot move to. Hey Eloy, great to see you. Happy New Year. And as I say that, I click on the empty board. All right, it's gonna have to become muscle memory. Okay, so this is my answer. This is definitely my answer. Token 5-2. I don't think there's anything else. This is my answer. I'm not going to spend a long time on this one because I think that is so strong. Watch it be incorrect. Token 5-2. Gold takes, silver set drop 7-1. Exactly. So that's as I drew. That's as I drew. And this is too good. Though now that I've done this, I don't like it as much. Because I said, if I would just come back. I can't do that. Because if I come back, gold takes, I bring my dragon over, silver drop, and then what? I have no pieces. Huh. So I'm going to read. You can press hotkey A to turn off the analysis arrows. Hi, I'm all. Happy New Year. Eloy, you recently made the Yose book into a study of or for. The Yose book meaning Ending Attack Techniques 200. Also from Kaneko Sensei. Ah, awesome. All right, I'm going to read their answer. So I got the question. I solved the problem, but like the first one, like number 11, I don't have a great response to what the opponent what I'm seeing. So the book says, dislodge the key defender. As we have seen, the key defending piece in the Mino Castle is the gold on 6-1. Should be highlighted. Neutralizing the defense by dislodging this piece is invariably the vital point. By sacrificing the token with token 5-2, gold takes, parentheses, if gold 7-1, token 6-2, obviously, as we discussed. You can realize the silver drop 7-1. successfully completing the first stage of the attack. In the solution diagram, Gotei's only move is king 9-2. We will study how to attack from here in the next problem. All right. So in the problem diagram, playing Token 5-1, gold 7-1, Token 5-2 without sacrificing the Token is also strong. So I'll draw that out. Yeah. So I did consider this. And then Token 5-2. I like this one as well. I like this one a lot. But it seems to force the issue a little more. If you don't know what to do after the silver drop 7-1, this seems stronger to me. But we will learn what to do with the next move, because the next problem is problem 13, which is coming from there. So it is this position that we just showed. Hey, Tulip, Happy New Year. Great to see you. I guess it's been a new year for a while for you. Hey, Ghost1, same to you. Happy New Year. You guess this line is better if they have a bunch in hand, probably. That would make sense. Yeah, if they have a bunch in hand, we guarantee ourselves winning material. Oh, it is January 2 for you already. Yep. So not Happy New Year to you. Not Happy New Year to you. Happy January 2nd. No, I guess it's still new. Technically, it's still the new year. Especially if I haven't spoken to you. All right, so this is the problem. This is the problem. Yeah, January 1 went well, so the new year is currently still happy. Excellent. Although, you know, since you're a Furibisha player, I have to warn you. You know, I don't know if you were here, 10 minutes ago where I was discussing this. Your shogi life in 2025 is going to be much more difficult, because we held a secret society meeting last night on the end of 2024. Team Ibisha did. You know, there are a lot of hard feelings right now that we lost the Shogi Wars event to Team Furibisha. There's a lot of stress right now. It's a fractured Team Ibisha right now. We're a fractured team. So, you know, we had a secret society meeting, and needless to say, it's all out warfare against Team Furibisha in 2025. And today, storming the Mino Castle is the first step. They airdropped. This is actually not the book that I already owned. The team equipment managers, they airdropped in copies of Storming the Mino Castle to every single Team Ibisha member. And this is required. This is now required from all of us, because we did not do well at the event. You've been hearing whispers of slander against your people. This is not slander. This is true. You all do play for Ibisha. These are true. These are facts. Yes, with owls, they were dropped in. With owls, these books were dropped in. This is an organizational. We are organized. We are highly organized, and we will not stand by in 2025. Okay, I'm just making sure that I transcribed this problem correctly. Oh, for Ibisha is respectable. You play one thing. You have no tricks like you Ibisha players do. Oh, okay. So Tulip is not taking this lightly. Tulip is going on the attack. This is now it's getting nasty. See, Team Ibisha, we see ourselves as the clean players. We don't see ourselves as the tricky people. We just play the powerful moves. That's what we believe in. Team Ibisha believes in powerful moves. Static rook. Push that pawn straight up there. Promote it, and then capture everything. That's what we do. That's what we do, and that's what we're about. For Ibisha team, you're always trying to sneak you're trying to sneak a bishop in there. You're trying to sneak a bishop on that diagonal to attack our rook. It's like, it's always sneaky. I remember, I know where I come from. I came from Team Freebisha. I know the tricks that I tried to I know the tricks that I tried to employ. This is I know how we think. That's why I'm a special member of that's why I am the secretary of the Team Ibisha Secret Society. They voted me in as the secretary. I can't be the president or vice president because I'm too bad. But they made me secretary because I have beautiful penmanship and because I once was, I started as a Team Freebisha player. So I know how you all think. Urashina Ryu counts as elegance in motion. That's what it counts as. It doesn't count as a trick. It's elegance in motion. Ghost 1, should you learn to play Ibisha as a New Year resolution? I think you should. We would welcome you. We would welcome you with open arms. Open arms. We will take you as long as you agree to play for us in the New Year's event. There was a whole side discussion about Koshiro. It was bullet point 17 on the initial presentation in the secret society that we had. It was question 17. What do we do about Koshiro? Because in our minds we thought he was one of us. We thought he was going to be Team Ibisha. And we feel stabbed in the back. He got over 6 Dan Q in this event for Team Freebisha. That is a 12-point swing. That's over a 12-point swing on that event. And that event was awfully close. If Koshiro would have been on our team, if Koshiro had been on our team, we may have won. Do I need to look this up? Jokes aside, how close was that event? Jokes aside, so we've got it. We can see enough of this page. Okay, it was not as close as it was at the end. So 95 point victory. A 95-point victory by Team Freebisha. So, if Koshiro would have been on our team, it would have been 83. But also, we have to consider that he would have been beating Freebisha players, and so they would not have potentially ranked as high, and Ibisha players would not have lost as many because he beat Ibisha players. So let's just say, let's just say that if Koshiro would have been on Team Ibisha, that's a 20-point swing for the good guys. I think there could have been inspiration around the world that would have put more people on Team Ibisha. So anyway, it was a point. It was a point in our meeting. I think you should, Ghost 1. I think all-rounder is the way to go. So let me just bring this up. As you'll see, on 81 Dojo, the final arbiter, I'm an all-rounder. Much like Kiriyama Rei in March Comes In Like a Lion, I'm an all-rounder. I don't know what else to do here. I'll go back. I'll go back to Lee Shogi. That all-rounder, it changed maybe 10 games ago. So it's like, all I've done is Central Rook, a few games of opposing Rook, and Urashina Ryu, and now I'm an all-rounder. I personally don't really consider that an all-rounder. But, it is what it is. Is Oniguma honorable? Yes. Yes. So I am not an Oniguma hater. I am an Oniguma lover. in the last 200 games in 81 Dojo, I am a Central Rook player. Who is? Tulip or me? Because I don't think I've played 200 games on 81 Dojo. Or maybe I have. You know, when you count casuals, you know, unrated games. What is this? Oh, interesting. Interesting. Slander. This is 80. I mean, 81 Dojo. Who trusts 81 Dojo? You can't even register to 81 Dojo anymore. They broke the guest account. I don't trust the technology backing 81 Dojo. This is slander. This is like Vladimir Kramnik. I will take action against this slander, against the Shogi Mafia. Wait, what does he call them? Does he call them the Chess Mafia? I don't know. I will take action. I will take action against the Shogi's slander. Last 50 games? Okay. So they used the last 50 games. Last 100 games. Okay, so we've got to go back. I can't escape Central Rook. Well, this is slander. This is slanderous 81 Dojo. This is the failing 81 Dojo that is telling me this. I don't trust any of it. All the fancy statistics on their about page don't even exist anymore. Wait, hold on. No, they exist. Or over here. I can't show you. I'm going to bring my page over here. So here we are. We'll see that. So in D miles, it looks like I think this ends getting counted at the end of 2020, at the end of the year. So I am going to be a titled player on 81 Dojo. So all of you better watch out, because I am going to be a super important player. When I log in, it's going to say, "Oh, hi there has logged in," you know, and it's going to show my title. They're going to show my title because I am going to be a titled player. I think I will be the M Saint. That title for the person who has the second most D miles. So watch out. I'm a titled player. Officially a titled player. Happy New Year, Flex Esperanto. Good to see you. Push the central pawn, must be Central Rook. Well, so that's true. Yeah, are they misreading my Urashino? Well, no, they can't be misreading my Urashino Ryu because it does count. It counts as something. What does it count as? Freestyle? Get out of here. It's not freestyle. Oh, Yagura? Freestyle? 81 Dojo. 81 Dojo, please. 81 Dojo. This is... The slander continues against Urashino Ryu players. You know, the Shogi world, the Shogi Mafia, if you will. The Shogi Mafia used to make all sorts of slanderous remarks against Urashino Ryu until we had some brave souls speak up. Alexei, Koshiro, you know, these are players, these are high-level, strong players who stepped up and said, you know what, your Urashino Ryu is pretty good. You know, in fact, the engine prefers it to Furibisha. So, you know, the Shogi Mafia was a little bit, you know, put aback. But the slander continues on 81 Dojo. Freestyle? Are you kidding me? Disgusting. Disgusting, I say. Disgusting. Playing style. Novato's playing style. Pure static rook player. Static rook. Opposition 64%. Wait, what? Is that yours? Wait, so you've played opposition 64%, but they call you a pure static rook player? Qmult, happy New Year. Nice to see someone from your country in that list. In the list of the top players. What country are you from? Wait, no, you're from Germany, right? You said you're German. I'm trying to find it again. No, there's no German flag on this list, so I don't think that's you. We have some Greek viewers, but I don't seem to recall that being you. Oh, I wonder why the Georgia flag didn't load today. As we say, failing 81 dojo. You know, the abuses I've taken in 2024 from 81 dojo, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. They have cheated me out of multiple 10-second games by timing me out because it wouldn't let me promote a piece. Ah, you're from Chile. Ah. Who's in that list? Who's in that list from Chile? Ah. Yeah, Luz Infinita. Did you see? So you know, did anyone notice my geographic sense that even before the hover showed, I knew the flag? That's just what we do on the Shogi Dad channel. We know. Tulip, you think the engines are bought out by Big Ibisha to make Freebisha look bad? These are I if I had mods or a bot or literally any way to do anything, you'd be on thin ice, Tulip. You'd be on thin ice with that kind of slander. These are lies. These are flat out lies, and I won't have it. I won't have it. If anything, the engines have been artificially tuned to make it look like Freebisha is more legitimate than it is. And Tulip, you say that Yoshino Ryu has been artificially made to look better in comparison. It's all conspiracy. It's just the truth. It's a great opening. It's a great opening played by stylish, sophisticated, intelligent shogi players. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. Admittedly, it's not for everybody. But it's for the best of us. So we need drama. We need drama in the shogi world. There's so much drama in the chess world. Is dripping with drama. It's just dripping with it. They content creators in the chess world, they cannot make the content fast enough to deal with the steady pouring of new drama. So, the chess world is still trying to make content for 3 drama events ago. And they still haven't gotten to the most recent stuff. Goshujin, you say it's the same flag as Texas, isn't it? What does the Texas flag look like? I know it's got the big star, the Lone Star. I doubt, though. Okay, no, the Texas flag has the entire side. It's not showing up. It's not showing up. It's on the right side of the screen. Gosh. All right. Well, it is not. It is not that. Yeah, it resembles it. I mean, like, so many flags resemble each other. There are only so many sort of primary colors that you can. Only so many variations of red, white, and blue that can exist. In a piece of cloth. Oh, Magic Base, the one on that search results? No, that was not actually the Texas flag. The Texas flag is what the Texas flag is blue all the way down. So yeah, the chess world, they've got all this drama. The only drama we have is that 81 Dojo is slandering me, is slandering Urashino Ryu. Also that I'm going to be a titled player on 81 Dojo. So we'll see if I can institute any changes as a titled player. So every email and every message that I'm ever going to send now in the shogi world, in every official correspondence, it's going to be as a titled player, comma, and then I'll give my opinion. That's so prepare in 2025 for the most insufferable shogi dad that you've ever had to suffer before. I don't know when those titles are going to be awarded, but I am mildly concerned that their title system is broken because their user registration and guest systems are broken. Let's hope a pro player goes with blue jeans to the next important shogi competition. Exactly. So and then gets thrown out, and then comes back, and then makes a mockery of the event. That's like I don't want to talk too much about chess today, but I think as a massive fan of Magnus Carlsen, as well, so it's 2025. As a titled shogi player and as a massive fan of Magnus Carlsen, I have to say that I think the tide is turning on him, and it certainly has in my mind. I have supported everything he's done. He's been a great ambassador for the game. He's been an incredible champion. He is one of the two best players to have ever lived, if not the best. And he clearly loves the game. So a great ambassador. But what he pulled yesterday, I think is going to be the dam. I think the dam has broken, and I think people are now potentially going to be sick of him. I think just like not to compare the situations, but not to compare the drama, but Vladimir Kramnik, I think, has mostly lost all credibility and has mostly lost all the goodwill that he has ever built up. I think he's mostly lost that, except in a fringe group of people. I think Magnus Carlsen is danger close to the same. He may not care, but it's no matter how good you are, you cannot make events about you. You cannot try to steal the spotlight every time, and you cannot trash an event to serve yourself. You just can't. And so I think people are rightfully upset with him. I think there are arguments. Yeah. I think the best argument that I've heard that hasn't been trashing Magnus has been, well, don't hate the player, hate the game. The rules should have been better. And that's the best. It's not like Magnus is in the right. It's the rules should have been better. Best we have is the knees debacle. What is the knees debacle? Speaking of dress code, by the way, I did say that if I go to the next U.S. Shogi Championship, I am going to be wearing a suit. I am inspired by by Koshiro and some of the pro players. I am going to dress up for my next in person tournament. That said, I still don't think I am going to go to it, but we'll see. The need to. Oh, yeah, Watanabe is off for a month getting knee surgery. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, hold on. I have not heard this. I know that he's off for a month. I did not hear that it was caused by sitting Seiza. I thought it was he was playing basketball or something. Do you know for a fact that it's from sitting that way? Like, it's. I don't believe that. So I don't believe that. Just off the cuff, knowing nothing. Obviously, I am not a doctor. Medical advice from the Shogi Dad channel is not to be taken seriously. This is not a medical channel, etc., etc. But that doesn't seem to hold. Evidence to me would seem to indicate that sitting Seiza does not solely cause knee problems. Interesting. I wonder if potentially he has some sort of pre-existing damage to his knees or some knees. I have not great knees from the decades of playing tennis on hard courts and that kind of stuff. But yeah, and Habu also had some leg issues somewhat recently. Fascinating, fascinating, fascinating. Very interesting. So I wonder if there will be changes coming. I wonder if there will be changes. Because we've seen with Fukuma being pregnant, they have gone to the table board, and the shockingly thin Kaya table board. They were playing a titled match on a one soon board, just like I have, and I was like, oh man, if they're going to play these title matches on the 3 centimeter board, just like I have, maybe I don't need a fat board. Maybe I don't need the 6 centimeter or 7 centimeter board that are so cool. But maybe the male game, the pro. I don't want to say male because Nishiyama may make it, but maybe the official JSA games, maybe at some point they'll switch or at least rotate in table board events with sort of modern. I hesitate because I can't think of any other word for it. Modern sitting, like chair sitting. I think that'd be a mild shame. I think there are ways to maintain the beauty of the floorboard, just not allowing Seiza, allowing cross-legged. Um, but yeah, yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. I think the Go world has mostly switched over, right? The Go events are. Go has become more internationalized, and I think most of the time Go players now at big events they play like chess players, right? Although perhaps Japanese events are still Japanese specific events, which clearly don't have as much importance as the international events these days. But I think that maybe they still play in the old way. You lose some things with that. You definitely lose some of the the tradition and the elegance and the beauty and the history and the craftsmanship in building these floorboards. And it's tough, but at the same time, if people are actually getting injured doing this, there's something's got to give. But in the end, I'm going to guess that this isn't a huge problem. But we'll see. Maybe it's like people used to say about the NFL, the National Football League, with helmets. It was never a problem until now. Everything's a problem. So maybe. Yeah. So I guess that's the slightest amount of drama that we have. We have 81 Dojo slandering me, and we have 81 Dojo not allowing new user registration or guests, and not adding it back. And we also have knee gate. Meanwhile, chess just has. I was actually thinking about this morning. I was thinking about it this morning on my walk that I was joking about how I wasn't joking, but I was sort of serious about how that Shogi Wars Team Ibisha versus Team for Ibisha event. I was suggesting that if you are going to be used as advertising material for the event, like Watanabe, Habu, Fuji are, they should play in this event. Like, they should play in the event. And that if they're not going to play in the event, that they should focus on people like Minao and Fujimori, the people who are streamers. And it got me thinking, because I don't know, I don't know the shogi culture over there, that, like, does having Fuji's face on that event appeal to Shogi Wars players more than having Fujimori's face on there, or more than having Manao's face on there? Because when you think about chess, streamers and content creators and the people who are putting themselves out there are very, very popular. Like, love him or hate him, and I mostly don't like his content anymore, or I don't like his shtick. So, but I don't hate it. I just his shtick does not appeal to me. But like Levi Rosman, you can't argue that he is one of, if not the biggest name in chess. He's up there with Magnus Carlsen and Hikaru Nakamura, and he's just, I am saying just in the International Master is an incredible achievement that I would dream of being. So this is only in comparison to Hikaru Nakamura and Magnus Carlsen, the two best players on the planet, arguably. That an International Master, Levi Rosman, is nowhere near their chess level. That's the only reason I'm saying only. But anyway, he's one of the biggest names. But in shogi, it seems like these people don't have much of a personality, like the pros. So, for better or worse, they don't have personality. So you don't have any of this drama where you have these people with these very hated and loved personalities. Say a Hans Niemann, who's like almost like trying to be a villain. He's trying to get his popularity up by being a villain. And so unfortunately, there's a huge contingent of the chess watching world that loves that stuff. And so you have personalities in chess. You have personalities with the chess streamers, where there's a chess streamer for every personality preference, and they become huge in the game, and they can be used to advertise these events and get people excited about these events. But it seems to me like the shogi players don't really have that. And especially with streaming, like most Japanese streamers, like they don't even have their face on the camera. So, maybe this idea, maybe this is just one of those things to chalk up to cultural differences, where maybe they're in their culture, they don't like people having different personalities. And I'm asking, because I don't know, but it is surprising to me to see like an event sponsored, not sponsored, but an event promoted by people who are not even playing in the event, like that Shogi Wars event, where it's so bizarre to me. Like what if a Hero Man was in there, or Urashino Ryu Channel, or Sugar, or Shodan 7? These are huge huge. I'll say huge. They're not massive like chess streamers, but they're big. They're big. They're big. They're as big as the shogi world gets in terms of non-pro streamers, I guess. Hajime. And I guess Hajime is the only one who even has his face out there. Because Sugar and Hero Man and Urashino Ryu Channel and Shodan 7, they don't even put their faces out there. So there's almost no personality to them besides the style of play that they have. The Hero Man has the most of the personality because he talks and gets excited. Yeah, Fuji likes trains. Yeah, exactly. Like that's sort of the joke, is that's how much personality we see of him. But it's their culture, I guess. And yeah, but it is surprising to me, as someone in a completely different culture. Well, and that the chess culture, which is basically the world culture at this point, is very much personality driven. You think it's a combination of things? In the chess world, the boundary between pro and amateur is much blurrier. Yeah, I think that's true. I think that's a great point. And it's something that we've talked on this channel about quite a bit in 2024, is that I'm a firm believer that boundary is not as big as that boundary is artificially preserved. I believe that is artificially preserved by having, the JSA as this thing. This, you have to qualify through these somewhat arbitrary rules to become a pro. Versus chess, you just have to produce. You just have to win. And I still believe, and maybe I'm an idiot. I'm not even. I'm my highest ranking. As a titled player on 81 Dojo, my ranking is still only Shodan. So, I don't know anything. I am a middling at best amateur. I'm lower than middling probably. I don't have a way to really verify this, but I firmly believe, just on the evidence of how we see every other game that exists, that if these players, if the game was opened up in a way that chess is, or that I think amateurs would compete. I think amateurs would quickly start competing if there were open events that had lots of amateurs and prizes and things like that. I really believe it. You can see how the top amateur players do. Yes, you definitely can. And it's not that great, but it's still so limited. It's still so limited. So I think if we had more of those, like if that was a more real thing, it would be. I think the gap would close. I think the gap would close, but maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. I think on a couple months ago we looked at the number of JSA professionals and the number of like super grandmasters in chess, and that kind of thing to try to track like just because I was speculating that there would be a lot of grandmaster level amateurs in shogi. If there was like a title like that anyone could earn. And I think if we had more events in shogi that are geared for faster play, I think that would be an area for lower level pros slash amateurs to show their skill and to improve. So that's the thing also that the chess world has. How are all these kids getting so good so fast? Sure, it's because there's a lot of learning material and a lot of and engines have made it easier than ever to learn. But also these kids can play in strong events. There's people are strong online, but the pros kind of don't really play as much online. They hide away and only play their events. And I say hide away as to sort of be artificially inflammatory, but it's sort of like that. It's sort of like that. I think it'd be interesting. I really think it'd be interesting if it all opened up. I think people like Koshiro would start shining on the international stage. Once they had the ability to play top level players a lot, I think international players, top players, I think they would start showing up. I think. I don't think there's any reason to believe that isn't the case. Yeah, there's no shogi.com. Yeah, there's no central hub of strong amateur. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we in the shogi world don't have that. But I think if we did, we would see these top amateurs from Japan and elsewhere showing their stuff and getting better faster. Because that's what improves. That's how you improve by, to a large extent, competing with the best and competing with better players. So this problem, this is still number 13. So we've only done 2 problems today. This is number 13. This is the follow-up to the previous question. I almost don't see anything to do other than go back. But then he drops the silver, as I said last time. So I don't know right now. We don't have any pawns. The opponent has 2 pawns. If we try to attack the gold, the opponent can drop the pawn. By the way, in case it wasn't obvious, I am very disappointed by that how the World Championship Blitz event finished yesterday. As a lover of the game and as a lover of competition, that was wholly unsatisfying to me. So I don't think this is it. I don't. Oh, why? Oh. So keep in mind, a gold is all we need here. So, if we do this, they can drop the pawn. The pawn. I think the pawn drop here ends this, because we want a gold. If so, maybe I just threaten. Do I threaten directly this gold? I threaten it for dragon 4-1. If pawn drop 5-1, dragon takes. Dragon takes. Because we get the gold drop. But the gold can just run. Oh, no, it can't. No, it can't. No, it can't. Because if the gold runs forward, we threaten again on 4-2. And if the gold tries to hide, we just take this silver. If we do this, if we go to 3-2, the pawn drop is tougher. But we still come to 4-1. So I think both are fine. I think both are fine. Wait, hold on. Let's try to find the downsides of one of these. So the downside of 4-1 is that the gold can come over here. We take. It's still fine. That's still fine. It's slow, but it's fine. We're going to win. And their castle is busted. If we go here, I think they're both fine. I'm not seeing a problem with either. I'm not seeing a problem with either. I think I like 4-1 first, because if we do this, he drops the pawn. I come up. He goes over. I take. Now, it's still good. It's still good. I think they're both good. Final answer 4-1 is dragon 4-1. Final answer is dragon 4-1. But I think both are fine. 3-2 and 4-1. So this is problem 13. Dragon 4-1. All right, my final answer was correct. Go after the gold. If you had a gold in the problem diagram, it would be mate in 1 by gold drop a2. Therefore, dragon 4-1, aiming to take the gold is the right idea. In the solution diagram, pawn drop 5-1 is no defense because dragon takes 5-2, of course. Pawn takes, gold drop a2 is mate. While if gold 5-3, Sente persistently chases down the gold with dragon 4-2, as we discussed. Please confirm that Gote has no good defense. This technique of going after the gold is a commonly used procedure in storming the Mino Castle. going after the gold. We've got to remember that. But what's the problem? I'm curious if there is a problem. I'm not seeing if there is a problem with Dragon 3-2. Hey, Fordun, Happy New Year. Good to see you. We've been storming the Mino Castle. Just finished the third problem of the day after an hour and 15 minutes. There's been a lot of talk. There's been a lot of talk about drama. There's been a lot of talk about how Team Ibisha responds in 2025. There was a the secret society meeting of the Team Ibisha last night to figure out how we win next year. Tulip was disparaging my character, and 81 Dojo was what is the word that I was using? I can't remember the word. I can't. Oh, Fordun, good one. Fordun, beautiful response. A beautiful response. Fordun is winning in 2025. Just Fordun has many wins in 2024. Fordun is already winning 2025. I don't know if you prepared, much like a shogi player preparing, a deep tricky opening. I don't know how much you prepared that response, but it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. That was perfect. We were talking about this. We were just talking about the Magnus situation, and that's such a good response. We need the drama in the shogi world. We need it. So, what was 81 Dojo doing to me? What was I saying that they were doing to me? It's not libeling. It's not. Tulip was disparaging my character, but 81 Dojo is not assailing, slandering. Thank you, Goshudin. Slandering me. Slandering me and slandering Urashino Ryu players by calling us freestyle. This cannot stand. This cannot stand. So yeah, the plan today is to regroup, as a proper Team Ibisha player, storm the Mino Castle. Every Ibisha player, has had this airdropped to their homes, by the secret Team Ibisha Society. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Team 3 Ibisha will no longer have. Mino Castle will no longer be a place of respite. There will be no peace in the Mino Castle. It's going to be under siege all year 2025. People, 2025 will, mark my words, there is going to be such a backlash to this Team 3 Ibisha versus Team Ibisha event. There's going to be such a backlash. 2025 is going to be the last year that people play Mino Castle. We are going to so thoroughly destroy this thing as Team Ibisha in 2025. Players of the future will look back at these Kifus and will be like, what is that weak castle? What is that? Is that even a castle? And I'll be on my rocking chair. I'll be like, Sonny. No, that's people used to play Mino Castle. It is no castle. I'm doing my worst old man impression. And I don't have the right words, but I'll be whittling on a piece of shogi piece and talking about the days when people thought that Mino Castle was solid. And there will be many storming the Mino Castle books coming in 2025. It's going to be the new thing. We're going to end this. We were too nice. We were too nice in 2024 in letting them win. Never again. Okay, this was problem 13. Problem 14. Let me just make sure I transcribed it properly. Okay, so this is a similar problem. This is similar to problem 12, except our rook is not. I think we had a dragon. I think we had a dragon on 2-1. Yes, that is the only difference. Is that now we have a rook. We have a rook on 4-1. It was a dragon on 2-1. Back in my day, we stormed Mino to extinction. People in 2026 are going to be like, I can't believe we used to play castles like that. I can't believe. That was before the Urshino Ryu players and other Static Rook players bonded together in just to completely destroy it. That actually is, jokes aside, as a central rook player, when I was a central rook and the occasional opposing rook player, I got to that point where I really disliked half Mino. I really disliked Mino in general because I was just getting wrecked by some of the anti-Mino tactics. Admittedly, my Mino defense skills left a lot to be desired, but I was never a fan of the Mino Castle for my own games. But I did love Anaguma. So that's back to that question. I don't remember who asked earlier when we were talking about Anaguma. I love Anaguma. I love it. Believe in it. I don't get to go against it all that often anymore because I'm making faster attacks. Oh, and Tulip is still there, just quietly plotting, So the castles that I switched to, as a central rook and as an opposing rook player, the castles that I ended up switching to that did much better for me. King Muso, I was a big fan of King Muso, especially in opposing rooks. I for Ibisha opposing rook games. Love King Muso. Anaguma, of course. Anaguma, against static rook, I would start making quite often. I love it. Kimura Mino, I kind of begrudgingly went into by way of Keen Mino, just because I didn't want to make half Mino because I hate half Mino so much. What else? And then I made sort of I occasionally made a fake Keen Muso, which I have seen some people do before. I don't think there's a name for it, but I've used this successfully in some over-the-board games, including against some very good players. Let me bring this up. I'm not sure what it's called, but let's. I don't think there is a name for this, but I have used this since I first saw a strong player doing it, and it worked out it has worked out mostly very well for me. I'm sure there are some limitations to it, but I don't, but either way, it was nice. I don't know if this has a name. Hey, Gabrielle, great to see you. Yeah, forward. You say you don't normally play Raging Rook, but when you do Mino. Yeah, because it's so easy to make. It's so easy to make, and it is resilient. It's frustratingly resilient from the side against a static Rook player. Until we all master these techniques. I am so out of water. Sort of like early phase right hand Yagura. Yeah. Except early phase right hand Yagura isn't so good from the side. Happy New Year to you, Gabrielle. I'm going to apologies for this, but I am going to quickly take a break here while I get more water and then use the restroom. So I'm just going to put this this problem. I'll put this out of the way so there are no pieces under here, and I'll be right back. So dry. All right, back. Sorry about that. The mirror image of this is what you associate with subway Rook. I assume that's the that castle that I had showed before. Is that? Just switching something out here. All right. Yeah, I mean, at some point in this, we would get to the point where if they're opposing, I would have the rook back here, but I almost never bring it back over. All right, so this problem, number 14 again. We need to wreck this castle, this Mino Castle. Mm, they have a knight. Wait, let me make sure that this is correct. They have a knight in hand. The opponent has a knight. Okay, they have a knight and a pawn. Okay, so this is slightly different. They have a knight. We have a silver. So when the dragon was on 2-1, the answer was token 5-2. But in this case, we do not have a dragon. And they have a knight. I'm guessing that the knight is just to be a non-general. Like a defensive piece that you can throw in, but you can't protect the other generals with. I don't want to get too meta on it, but... So the thing is, my concern with bringing the token to 5-2 right away here is that after the gold takes, we can silver drop, king goes over. But I don't have a way to attack the gold. I can promote on 3-1 or 2-1 to recreate that position a bit. But they can drop a pawn, and then I attack again. Okay, so he doesn't attack the pawn. Maybe that is good. Maybe that is good. But what? So let's say token 5-2, gold takes, silver drop 7-1, king 9-2, rook 3. Let's just say 3-1 promote, pawn 9-4. Now I can't threaten that gold. Now if I threaten the gold with 4-1, he can just drop the pawn. Right? Because there's no threat of me taking this gold because it's not made. So you like token 5-2. You see maybe 5-1 first. Oh, so Tulip, you were saying token 5-1 6-2. So that was what we talked about in the other problem, where we speculated that the token 5-1 would have been good if the opponent has pieces in hand, and maybe this gold or this knight qualifies as a piece in hand. So I think the idea here would be with token 5-1, gold 7-1, token 5-2. I think is real good, because then we push in gold takes, silver drop, silver takes, and we're busting in. And if gold 6-2, I think this was the in your line. Yeah, gold 6-2. So in gold 6-2, I think we just no, we don't immediately go with the silver drop 7-1 because the token is blocking the rook. So the king could take it. Oops. If he does that, then what if we just drop the silver? Drop the silver. Silver takes. Token takes. Gold over. Silver drop. So that's not it. Token 5-1, gold 6-2, silver 6-1, silver takes, token takes, gold 7-1, silver drop 7-1. Gold takes, token takes. I like that. Then there's no pieces. I think that's my final answer. It is supposed to be a drag. It is a rook. It is a rook. Let me just double check that again. It is a rook. Which makes this different from the previous problem where the dragon was on 2-1 and the opponent didn't have a knight. You were looking at token 5-1, gold 6-2, rook 4-2 promote. And I guess they can't block with the rook. They can't block with the pawn, because our token would just take the pawn. I like that as well. Token. So I'll draw. So this does seem good. If they drop the pawn, just take. Fuck says Ferranto, you say if token 5-1, gold 6-2, then the gold is trapped after rook 4-2 promote. Okay, that's tulips line. Yep. I like that. I like them both. I like this more. So that's going to be my final answer. What about king 7-1 here? Silver. Silver drop 6-1. Silver takes. Token takes. King has to take. Because otherwise we get the mate, the silver drop. So king is here. So we have a king on. So king is on 6-1. Gold is on 6-2. Dragon's on 4-2. And we have silver in hand, and that's it. We have a silver in hand. They have a silver in hand. And a pawn and a knight. If we get the one gap, he could just drop the silver or the pawn. So I don't like that as much. I don't like that as much. Hold on. So king takes. Or king runs. Well, no. We don't need to worry about that. We're not going to drop a silver. We'll just take the gold. We'll just bring the token back. Then just token 5-2, as Tulip is saying. Exactly. That's my thinking anyway. All right. So I think that's it. Let's go to the tapes. Let's go to the book. Token 5-1. Ding 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 ding. Token 5-1. Gold 7-1. Token 5-2. Well, I mean, yeah, we knew that one. So the idea was, yeah, I mean, we discussed this one, but this one, I didn't spend much time on this because it was, this is the obvious, easier solution. I think the gold 6-2 was more tricky. The line that Tulip had mentioned, I think, is the trickier line. So the book says, when you cannot go after the gold. That's the bold sort of title of it. When you have a rook on 4-1 after token 5-2, gold takes. Oh, okay. Well, they're talking about gold takes. Gold takes, silver drops 7-1, king 9-2. There is no way of going after the gold. Yes, as we discussed. Therefore, Sente attacks by token 5-1, gold 7-1, token 5-2, threatening silver drop 6-2 or token 6-2. Gold takes, token or silver drop 7-1. Yeah. If you have more pieces in hand, the immediate rook takes 7-1 may also be possible. If you have more pieces in hand, we don't. The difference between this solution diagram and the previous one is important. Please note that attacking here by silver's drop 6-2 will give Gote a silver, and that token 6-2, gold takes, silver drop 7-1, king 9-2, silver takes 6-2 is not a threat mate, so this attack is one move slower. Okay, so they don't even discuss our line. They don't even discuss. They don't discuss our line. Unfortunately, but I think that is the better one. I love that Tulip is in here helping us to storm the Mino Castle. The beloved, the self-admitted beloved Mino Castle. Tulip Urashino Ryu player 2025 confirmed. What a beautiful day it would be. There'd be Beethoven's sixth. It starts playing, do, and Tulip walks out into the sunshine, pushing silver 6-8 to start the game. And just the birds are chirping. I guess in Tulip's case, the magpies are swooping. It's okay. You have a new toy in the form of Silver Crown variant that you can use. All right. Well, Silver Crown is we have storming the Mino Castle. We will have a follow up to this. Storming the Silver Crown. Actually, does this book have any sort of section on Silver Crown? It does. It does. It does. Chapter 4, Storming the Silver Crown. All right. Thank you, Kaneko Sensei. Based Kaneko Sensei. Hey, Miguel, Happy New Year. Hoshino Ryu. Yes. Maybe you'll learn Urshino Ryu. Is there a good starting resource? Well, I don't want to evaluate these resources, but I will mention them because they were what I used. So I started basically at the same when I decided I was going to play. I decided that I was going to play Urashino Ryu on stream. What I did that day and the day before was read the Wikipedia article on Urashino Ryu, the American, the English Urashino Ryu article, which is very, very short, and it has very few examples. But I followed those lines and tried to understand those lines. And keep in mind, it was old Urashino, which is the bowing pawn variant, where you drop a pawn back at 8-8 in order to defend against the static rook attack, which is not new Urashino. So they're also along with that Wikipedia article, Carolina Sensei has Shogi Harbor has a series on old Urashino Ryu. I think it came from a book, but I watched like the first 3 or 4 of those videos before I started playing it. So this is all in one day before that first stream. I watched like 3 or 4 of her videos on old Urashino Ryu and the Wikipedia article, and then just played it, and had immediate nice success, and so it kind of got me excited about it, and I learned more. Very quickly I turned away from old Urashino Ryu and was and switched to new Urashino Ryu based on Urashino Ryu channel, the YouTube channel, where he's prolific in these number of videos that he's put out there, and I watched them all, and they're exceptional. So he's a 4-dan Shogi Wars 3-minute player, and so much of what I know of Urashino Ryu is coming, and to a certain extent Torizashi, a slight extent Torizashi, I know coming from him. And besides that, I have world-class amateur viewer, Koshiro in here, who has taught so many things about Urashino Ryu. It's hard for me at this point to say which idea is coming from Koshiro versus which idea is coming from Urashino Ryu channel, but both are great, and I have a public study on lighthearted.org of this year's Hayazashi Meijin tournament in Brazil, where Koshiro played every single game as with Urashino Ryu. So this is a world class top amateur player playing in a high level over the board blitz tournament, and every single game he played Urashino Ryu. So I think that's a great resource, and you just look in my studies for it, and it's there. And because I transcribed those games, I tried to not co-stream. I tried to stream on Lishogi with the live video, and so I've got that, and then not to shill my videos, but I now have 1,000+ videos of Urashino Ryu on stream. I think in terms of number of games played for Urashino Ryu, for new Urashino Ryu, there's Urashino Ryu channel and mine, and it's his are much better, but mine have amateur quantity, and some of mine have the reviews of Koshiro in there, especially the early ones. So anyway, that's all I really have to say about it. I don't have any books. I would love to get the new Urashina Ryu book. The the book about new Urashina Ryu. I would like to get that, but since I don't read Japanese, those books have limited value to me. In Ghost One, yeah, for Ibisha, it's also good to know these tactics to see when the opponent has a threat. That's why I bought this. When I bought this book, a year or so, or whenever it was ago, a year or two ago, I was pure Central Rook player. And I was hoping to learn the strategies that would be used against me and learning ways to defend it, because I had such trouble defending Mino Castle. In the end, I chose to basically switch away from Mino Castle because I was having such bad luck with it as I moved up the ranks. But that's a me problem. Clearly, the castle has very high level players still using it, at least until we debunk it in 2025. Funny thing is, you never start with that. You just start with the pawn in front of the rook first. Oh, you don't start with silver 6-8? Interesting. Yeah, I saw that Eric Rosen played the Stafford Gambit against the GM in World Blitz. Yeah. Well, not only played it, won the game, right? I think he won with Stafford Gambit, right? 14 moves. Jeez. Wow. Impressive. These I say these. I don't want to call Urashina Ryu a trappy opening. I say, trappy openings, boy, they can have a lot of venom. Oh, Eloy, it was a checkmate? No. A checkmate I'm putting my book down because I'm stunned. A checkmate in 14 moves? How much content is Eric Rosen going to be able to get from that single game? Oh my goodness. Oh, the dream is that John Bartholomew gets like a 14 move win for against a GM in the Scandinavian opening. But that's the thing is Scandi, and I'm a card carrying member of Team Scandi. Team Scandi is not a fast, tricky opening. We're hoping to get in there and nurse a. We're hoping to get in there and nurse a slight disadvantage into a draw. Like that's. Man, that's amazing. And kudos to the opponent for letting him make that mate, not just turning the table, turning the board over and throwing the pieces. I'm gonna switch to problem 15 here. I think problem 15 may be the last here, just because I've got to start making this prime rib that I do every New Year's. So if the opponent was into time pressure, so the game the blitz are 3+2, and he was in time pressure at move 14. Fascinating. So he must have been out of book and trying to refute Stafford Gambit like in real time. Wow. Okay, he started thinking after knight c6. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm vaguely familiar with Stafford Gambit just because I do like Eric Rosen, and I've subscribed to his channel for I don't know how many months, a few months. I'm not like one of those regular guys, but more than 6 to 12 months, I think I have been a subscriber of his. Even though I don't play anything he plays. E4, E5, Knight F3, Knight F6. Oh, so, okay, and he's already. Wow. Wow. And then it was Knight C6. It was not Knight F6. Knight takes E5, Knight C6. Was it I had watched his I had watched one of his videos where he discussed how he was prepping. Oh no, it wasn't one of his videos. He was on the Perpetual Chess podcast, I think. He was on a podcast being interviewed prior to this world champion Rapid and Blitz. And he was thinking about who he might be able to use it against. And I think he was thinking that it might be someone like oh gosh, I can't remember his name now. Oh, I'm so bad with names. Basically one of the older GMs who is not like an onliner, who might just not be familiar or up to date with Stafford Gambit and would be less likely to sort of prepare against an IM for a tournament like this. Okay, so I'm going to check problem 15, make sure I have it transcribed correctly. And I do. Okay, so we have the dragon on 2-1 again. The pawn is pushed, but we have a bishop in hand and a pawn in hand. So this pawn is pushed. I don't know if this has any sort of meaning in these problems, other than like if we get a gold, we can drop a gold back and mate the king. But I think to a fault in positions like this, I drop a pawn, I drop a bishop here. I think to a fault, I look to make this trade. The opponent has a pawn. Then if the gold goes over, what do we do? Then what do we do? So if we drop 4-3 straight away and the gold goes over, like what do we do? What do we do? We can't sack the dragon. King takes. There's no follow-up. We could slow play it with a Tardy Fu. And then we drop the bishop. Coming back just loses the pawn then. And we get our token. I like that. I like that a lot. So right So let's try to refute this. Let's try to refute this. So I think we refuted pawn drop 5-1 in response. If gold goes over, we just make the token, and we've got that position from the other problem. If he drops a pawn immediately on 5-2, then I think we could just drop a bishop to continue the pressure. We could also take. We take, gold takes, bishop drop, king over, pawn drop on head. The gold will be on 5-2. And how does he defend against that? It goes to 4-2. I don't think so, because then we just come into 5-1 with our dragon. Let's see. You say pawn drop 5-3 gets met with pawn 5-1, so pawn 5-2. Oh, so I'm not worried about pawn 5. So pawn 5-1. So if he drops pawn 5, I thought I refuted this. So that you're disagreeing here. I think this is great. Because he goes back over. I don't know what the opponent would do here. So I'll put this out. If we do this, I don't know what the opponent's move is. Gold 6-2 or gold 7-1, I think, is met with dragon takes 5-1. And then and then followed then by creating a token. Gold 7-1, rook takes 5-1, then castle is 2 moves away from danger. Is that a problem? Is that a problem? So if what's what are they even going to try to do here? They have no pieces in hand. We're going to get this token in, and I think it's going to be a slow. I think it's just going to be a slow death. Is there something faster? Well, the idea, I don't see, that's the thing is, I don't know if the idea is how fast. I mean, of course we want to storm it in the fastest way possible, but it doesn't necessarily mean tsume. In these problems already, we've seen in these problems, there are some that just end up with basically and now we're collapsing their castle. It's not even that we have a mate. It's just that, and now we're collapsing their castle. So, if this is the best we can do, this is the best we can do. It's one of the things I love about this book is that it's real game, even though it's not a full board problem. It's real game situation of let's do our best. Let's do our best. Tulip agreeing that the bishop drop does feel heavy. I agree. I do agree. That said, I also think a bishop over here is nicely positioned to be able to do this. Oh, I guess it would be here. So I'm slightly off on that one. It's not as nicely positioned to do anything here. So what are our other options? You said 5-5-2. So we sort of force that in. So token pawn drop 5-2. Clearly the pawn is this is no option here. Now we get this. This seems great. This seems great as well. You feel the core idea we should take away from this castle is bishop 7-1 is extremely good. Well, bishop 7-1 and silver 7, like those are always extremely good against Mino. I guess it's a matter of how quickly do we give up on that idea and just make hay with what we have? Like I think here we're more than happy to well, obviously we can't drop 7-1 now because the gold's there, but I think we're more than happy now to threaten. So I do like that. I love this a lot more. So let's also look at take. So is take simply what we already discussed? Use something like this. Because it's not mate. It's not mate. I guess it is. It is. It is mate. It is mate. Or it's not. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. It's not mate. Still not mate. It's so you're saying here we push the edge pawn? Okay, I don't know about that. I don't know about this. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, that's still or is it? Is it? Yeah. Why wouldn't it let me do this? Okay. So maybe. Yeah, so like if we just instead of taking the gold, if we push the edge, yeah, I think we just now we take the gold. Yeah. All right, I'll buy that. 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 That's mate. So what if? Yeah. All right. All right. All right. I'll buy this. Yeah. Yeah. I'll buy that. Dangerous if they have the tempo to get pieces in hand if you push the edge pawn. Yeah. 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 Without the context of here, we just have to decide what we think is the fastest attack. We don't know how unsafe our king is. I think this is it. I like this. Let's read. Final answer. Yeah, in this line we have not committed. So since we have not sacrificed the dragon for the gold yet, which is really nice. Hey, Dr. Lennon, Happy New Year. You approve this, but also how about Bishop 6-1 forking the silver and gold? Let's look at that. I'm going to just immediately my mind is saying no, just because it's not thematic in any sort of Mino attack I've seen. I think this would be the answer to that. Maybe. It still feels good. We get a horse. We get a horse, and we still have. Oh, we don't have a pawn. We don't have a pawn. We get a horse, but that's all we get. And if we try to come back to hit the gold, they're going to be able to drop a pawn. Oh, and Tulip and Miguel also agree with my gold 6-2. Okay, that's reassuring. That feels reassuring to me, because as someone who is very poor at defending, but I feel like I may have some instinct of this as a Mino Castle, as a half Mino Castle maker. All right, so let's see what the book says. Pawn drop 5-2. Wait, you say, wait, you thought that I was the best of. I guess you mean for my Shogi Wars, score. My Shogi Wars graph had my defense as my highest. You find defense too. Look, so this is great advice for anyone else out there that I try to apply to myself, but I struggle with, especially under under time pressure. Tulip says, I find defense easiest by thinking about what would make me most sad as an attacker. That is exactly how I try to approach defense. But it's very difficult in time pressure because in because in shogi, you can't just go for a draw. You have to mate the opponent's king. So it's like, if especially if I'm down on time and in time pressure, defending is not going to get me a win. Defending is just going to get me flagged. So I have to find an attack. So if I only have X number of seconds to spend per move, I almost have to, by definition, spend it on attack. Otherwise, I will lose on time. So it's very difficult. But anyway, that aside, this is what I try to do when I'm looking at where something feels scary. It's like, okay, how would I attack this, and how do I get annoying? You have won many Shogi Quest games by defending until they flag. Interesting. I mean, that's assuming that you are not in major time. That assumes that you have the time advantage, I guess. Yeah, I was boasting about my defense in a joking manner because Shogi Wars was giving me Shogi Wars was assigning my defense to the highest category of mine. Yeah, I lately I rarely have the time advantage when I'm playing with mouse. When I play off stream, when I play off stream, with on mobile, I often have a huge time advantage. It's kind of amazing. I think I play too fast, honestly. I think I play too fast when I'm on mobile. Off stream on mobile. I think I play too fast. I'm just so used to the pressure of always getting dirty flagged while I stream that it's like this scar that just keeps causing me to just play faster and faster and faster. Your blitz is 1.1 and your defense is 3. Nice. I mean, my blitz is going to be max right now because I've been playing 3-minute games. But yeah. Okay, so the book says pawn drop 5-2. As we let's promote this. As we discussed, the dangling pawn, the pawn drop 5-2 is a light move based on the perception that the gold on 6-1 cannot move. For Gote, this is very unpleasant dangling pawn. In the solution diagram, if Gote does nothing about the pawn 5-1 promote, gold 7-1, pawn 5-2 or Tokin 5-2 will be severe, as we discussed. That's as we saw in the other problems. On the other hand, if gold takes 5-2, bishop drops 7-1, king 9-2, pawn 9-5. There, both of you. There you go. Pawn takes. Dragon 4-1 wins. Oh, so interesting. So their line is we don't begin the attack. We don't continue with the lance. I'll just show this because it feels slightly instructive to me. What did I say? This is the move. I guess there's no rush. There's no rush. I guess there is no rush in taking this pawn. Oh, so what so if let's say if we do take the pawn. Okay, maybe it's not so good. I was trying to think of a you say it's instructive because if we take he has double pawn drop. Well, he has a pawn drop. I wonder if it's also Hey, Killer Ducky, Happy New Year. This is not right. You need to look at when you do not move the dragon. And instead, the wrong move of lance takes pawn. Isn't that what I just did? That is. This is it. Well, so I'm well. This is the wrong. I mean, this is the wrong move according to the line in the book. So the book is suggesting. Wait, what? Wait, what? So here. No, taking the pawn is not what we're supposed to do. Okay, so but let's say we take the pawn. We can't defend over here. So I guess I'm suggesting that the opponent does this. Well, I guess that's the question. I guess that is the question. I guess that's a question. Is this still okay? I mean I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, but is this still okay? So is there a major problem in taking Lance first? So if we do this, pawn takes the lance. And now how do we are we dead here? You say it's kind of irrelevant. Well, I guess that's all I'm trying to figure out. That's all I'm trying to figure out. Is it irrelevant? Like, are we still winning here? Like, I think even now, if the opponent tries to move here, there's it's you can't. And all the opponent has is the lance, which means he's still gonna be dead. Like, even a lance here, he's still dead. You gave the opponent a lance for literally no reason, so it's just a dumb thing to do. Well, my reason to do it was to eventually close this off. But yeah, but I guess we talk about trying to do these in the fastest ways. We do not know what is going on. Maybe this lance in hand, maybe giving the opponent the lance might turn the tide on the other part of the board. So we don't have to give them the lance. So I guess the idea is, yes, this works, but it may not work depending on what's going on this part of the board. So we should be as stingy, as frugal as possible. As frugal as possible. Because the king still can't run. even if he does something like this, we just take. Hmm. You think the idea is if we play rook for a dragon 4-1 instead of lance 9-5, if pawn 5-1, then rook takes 5-2, threatens Tume. Yeah, it definitely does. Except, I'm a little hung up right now on this. I'm a little hung up now on this. You say that's why we have our seventh file pawn, but we can't with that would be great if we have this, but we don't have a way to push the king out. Like how do we? I guess we force the king out. Like if we do this, let's say we force the king out. And we take the silver. We still aren't. We're still not. We're still not mating. We're still not mating here. And this is not. This is not mate. We only have a silver. So let's. So what is our move here? We can afford a move because we already did rook 4-1 non-check, and they defended with pawn 8-4. So by definition, we do not have to mate him now. Well, we don't. But what is? How do we surround the king? I guess so. So you're saying that we never give them a piece. We never give them a piece. So we take, he runs. Like we can drop gold and then he runs, and then we make a horse and just sort of threaten the horse coming over here is going to allow us to take, and the opponent still doesn't get any, it still has no pieces. So if we do this, obviously this just goes into there, but So you say one move. This is okay, but one move slower. All right. So what are you what are you saying is faster? Just straight away. Just straight away promote. Is this what you're suggesting, Tulip? Oh, interesting. Make the horse on 6-2. Very interesting. Yeah, I mean that threatens mate. That threatens Tumero. It might Miko. This is a bad. You know it's a bad idea, but you want to sack the dragon. I know. Well, so that's the thing. In time pressure, I'm probably sacking that dragon, and then the king is running. I'm sacking that dragon, and then the king is running down here, and taking here, and then taking here, and all of a sudden I'm flagged. But the thing is, if we assume that we can sack the dragon, then we could have assumed that we could have taken with the lance. Like, if we don't want to give them a lance, we definitely don't want to give them a rook. So, did I read it? Yes, I did. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Tulip. Technically correct, which is the best way to be correct. Technically correct. Anyway, so we finished this problem, and I would love to keep going, but I have got to start. I've got to start the New Year's Day dinner. I've got to start the prime rib cooking, and so I am going to end it here. And so thank you so much, everyone, for coming out. I love these. I love these streams. I'm gonna transcribe. I only have the first 20 transcribed into my private study here. I'm going to transcribe more of these so that we can continue to do them, continue to storm the Mino Castle, and punish Team Freebisha for what they have done to us in 2024. But other than that, Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. Have a great day yourselves. Have a great year of Shogi. And I will be seeing you soon. Thanks again. Bye.